everyone. I'm Barbara Gail, and I'm excited to share with you my plans for an upcoming ceremony, Winter Solstice. Enter darkness, return to light. Online Zoom, Saturday, December 18th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I hesitate to put an end time on it because I have found over the 3 decades of facilitating ceremonies through rhythm, sound, and movement that it's a little stressful to put an end time on it. They take as long as they take to unfold. So I suggest you give yourself at least the space of 2 hours, and my winter solstice ceremonies have always been a celebration of both the dark and the light, and holding space for ourselves in those two energies. And as it's a threshold, if you will, a portal, as is such a popular concept these days, that we are passing through. And it's certainly been a very deep couple of years in our lives on the collective as well as individuals. And on the individual process, it looks different for each one of us in terms of details, of experiences, and the feelings. However, we've all been through something, and things continue to shift and change in our lives. And so to give ourselves the time and space during what tends to be a very busy and energetic time of year, right? With friends and family and holidays, however you celebrate or honor the holidays, it does tend to be a festive and busy time. And I've found over the years that for every winter solstice that I have collaborated with others or led on my own, organized, led, that for those of us who give ourselves that space to honor the season as we are in the Northern Hemisphere truly entering a darker time with the sun rising later and setting sooner in the day than what we had been used to a few months ago. And yet at the same time, that moment of what appears to be the standing still, right? Solstice, standing still of the sun, the soul, El Sol, then it begins to grow again, the light begins to grow. And so to create that spark in our hearts, minds, and spirits for the light to return is, I think, profound and important. So it's a little bit of a deep process. However, we will be drumming and singing and moving. It's a little different in that it will be an online event, and I'm used to doing them actually in person. However, the beauty of doing this on Zoom, online, is that people around the country and around the world can be together. The challenge is that we are alone together. And so in terms of group singing, group movement, group drumming, that doesn't really happen. However, you are invited to sing along with me. It doesn't matter what your voice sounds like. It's about the breathing and the presence and the words, the deep meaning of our words that come through in SongChant. And I call them SongChant because they are songs of the circle that are easy to learn and have simple notes that you can just express. And it's like putting a positive affirmation with the voice in a musical way that allows us to really transcend what would be otherwise as just a speaking mantra. Same thing with the movement, like a moving mantra, where we are moving in a simple and trance-like way. And certainly the drumming. I am primarily a drummer, although many of you don't know, I was a dancer well before I was a drummer. And that's how I came to the drum, through my love of the beat in my belly. It was just really that pulse that drew me in. And if you are not familiar with the tambourine in the Layne Redmond style, that is what we will be doing. My studies with the tambourine are in the Layne Redmond tradition and have been since I met her in March of 1993, and that was life-changing for any of you who know my story, everything in my world on a full-time basis in my life and life's work with myself and with my partner, Jeff Hanna, as the rhythm inlet. We've done a lot. So I'm focusing on the tambourine right now because I am hot off the heels of being at PASIC, PASIC, the Percussive Arts Society's International Convention, which took place last month when Layne Redmond was inducted posthumously into the Hall of Fame, and where I had been chosen to present the tambourine in the Layne Redmond tradition in a workshop on November 11th, 11/11, and we maxed out the room at 130 people, and where I and others who are part of the Layne Redmond legacy created a late night procession with our tambourines through the halls of this huge convention center, then entered into the drum circle that was taking place, also dedicated to Layne. All of that was just so beautiful, and what a wonderful way to honor Layne with our tambourines in the workshop, in the procession, to really spotlight her and her work, something that she so deserved. So I hope that my beautiful friends, which includes you, will join me on December 18th, Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, for this online Zoom ceremony, Enter Darkness, Return to Light, through the drum, the song, and the dance. Bring your tambourine, and if you're not familiar with how to play, then I suggest you watch some videos. I have here on my YouTube channel a playlist on frame drum and tambourine, and then the Tambourine Path is specific to the tambourine and its technique and inspiration, some inspiring photographs of drummers who I have worked with in the past as Moonrise, Daughters of an Ancient Pulse, and Drumrise, The Art of Women's Drumming. And there are some videos there that you can use to help you get basic techniques down in a really thorough way. And I'll give a quick review at the ceremony, during the ceremony. I'll give you a quick review, and we'll go from there. You may want to bring paper and something to write with. And as far as how to get into the Zoom room, I will be asking for donations of any amount at all, from $1 to $100. How's that? So I know some people really want it to be narrowed down to suggestions. I'm not going to suggest. I say, you sit with it for a moment and what feels right to you. And I have the Zoom link in your payment receipt. My website, barbaragail.com, has a calendar, so you can check that soon. I will put the description of the ceremony and anything else that comes to me, what you might need to bring. So if you go to barbaragail.com and click on calendar, and it should be at the top, and then you can read all about it and click on the donation button, and then in your receipt should be that accessible Zoom link. I am going to ask everyone to please have cameras on, because in creating sacred space, everyone will feel that they can go deeper in a safer way if they can see the faces. Same thing with me. Really, we need to see each other, and we are inspiring one another. So to see you with your drum, to see you singing, to see you move, and you won't have to be stepping or walking, although I'm really all about the procession. So if it is you to be able to stand and step, then I will be encouraging that as a procession. And if that is not you, then you are welcome to do it seated and move your body with the pulse as you're able. The thing is that I'm totally lit up about the tambourine right now, and it is my dream and vision to be planting seeds of tambourine processions for women all over the country and all over the world. And that is what I'm actually truly working toward, is to travel. I'm looking over here. We've ordered 25 tambourines as I'm already beginning to enter gradually out into the world, into safe gatherings where I can teach women to play the tambourine and how to work with it in procession, so that then you all can be creating tambourine processions in your own communities, in ceremony and in celebration, in the temples and in the streets, just as I did in Maine and Florida. And then I have done it in San Diego, Boulder, New Hampshire. That's my goal, that's my dream, that's my vision. And in this chapter in my life, this is how I am alive with what I am planning on doing, traveling and coming to you wherever you are to teach you and to support you, to inspire you to be able to do this with women in your own communities. It's how I learned the tambourine, through ceremony with Layne Redmond. That's how she taught us. And in the early days, it was only tambourine. It was only tambourine in the early days, and that was my early training, and that's what I stuck with in my initial teachings of the tambourine. I started teaching in the late 90s and ultimately created women's tambourine processions for ritual and reverie. It's an amazing thing for the women in the procession, for those of you who are leading it, and you can do that. And you don't have to be a virtuoso. I'm not a virtuoso. I'm not interested in being a virtuoso. Layne was. She was a master, and there are virtuosos out there who you can learn from. I'm not interested in teaching you how to be a virtuoso. I'm interested in teaching everyday women. You know, in the ancient world, when women were the drummers, yes, there are depictions of goddesses and priestesses of the goddesses with their frame drums. And there were everyday women also depicted with their frame drums, with their tambourines. That's what I'm interested in doing, in working with everyday women to play the tambourine and to share it in their own communities so they can bring it into the community. And so yes, it transforms the lives of the women who are in the procession with you. It transforms the lives of the people who witness these processions. Suddenly, everyone stops and looks, and the cameras come out, and this beautiful event of women playing in rhythm together and moving in time together. The entrainment is simple and profound, and there's a real depth to the trance as well as the joy. So there's the ritual and the reverie, the celebration and the ceremony right there. Circling back to December 18th, let's go into the darkness together. Be in that deep inward space. It's a wonderful time to listen deeply and then to emerge once again into the light, dancing in the light, singing in the light, drumming in the light. And it's a recharge for our batteries. It helps us to return again, return again, Return to the land of your soul. And the drum, the song, and the dance, our sacred tools of the ancient priestesses and everyday women. It's here for us. So bring yourselves, enter into that space, so that then as you reemerge, you are able to share more joy and more depth of your true being. What I do have upcoming that I can tell you about, I would love for those of you who are interested and able to travel to Fort Myers, Florida. There's a women's gathering called Singfest that is held at the Unitarian Universalist Church, and women will be traveling to gather there. It's a 3-day event in January. I don't have the dates right in front of me. However, I do know that I'll be missing Jeff's birthday, and his birthday is January 21st. So I do know that it's whatever weekend where January 21st falls, and happy birthday to my beloved. So this 3-day event has invited me to apply to teach and possibly lead a procession in ceremony. If that interests you, definitely Google Singfest 2022. Please stay tuned for all that is being birthed right now in my world and that I look forward to sharing with you in person and online. Thank you to those who are feeling called to join me on the Tambourine Path. I'm here for you. This is my latest calling, my latest passion and love. And that's all I do, is pursue my passions, my dreams, and my love. Blessed beats forever. And I look forward to being with you soon. For now, lots of love, peace, and if I don't see you, have a blessed winter solstice, a festive and well-lit, sparkling holiday season, and may your step into the new year be one full of inspiration, good health, joy, peace, and love. Bye for now.